I'm live?
Yeah, you're live. You are live. What's your name, comment, and or
Oh, this
question?
is Umar from Brooklyn.
Hey, my dude, what's happening, Umar?
Yeah, I've been staying away from calling you because I had to calm down.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. It sounds like you're doing better.
No, because there was something said, and it's being repeated in very short spurts
Hmm.
about Trump winning.
Hmm.
About when people thought the idea of Trump winning would be a galvanizing point, and then people were like, "Oh, wow, that's dangerous." Now we're there.
Mm. Hmm.
Lord. And it's just that if I can stay off Twitter, I'm gonna do fine. But still,
Yeah, man.
okay. Your guess, it kind of I seem to keep always coming back to the very first time I ever called you, the simplicity of it,
Yep.
because I feel that the one thing, I can't believe I'm going to say this, Trump did right, was completely simplifying his message.
Yep.
And I'm glad that now everybody's beginning to see the correlation that you can't separate this race from class thing because it's next to impossible, especially since in the cycle of America, it always comes back to it.
Mm.
I see why people think, okay, it's a class thing, and then I see why others say, okay, it's a race thing. But if you watch the cycles, it's like, if people go, well, you can't say just because you lived under Nixon and Reagan, it's the same thing. Well, actually, it kind of is because you didn't live under Nixon and Reagan. You wasn't there. A
Mm.
lot of you people were like 20, in your 30s. I lived it. I watched, it's like people take COINTELPRO. This is an example. As well, it was something that FBI did, but it was a cycle. It's always a cycle. And the cycle happens, and it's a weird cycle. You look at the labor movements. When the labor movements duck their heads up and say, wait a minute, we get to black stuff us, we have more people. And then all of a sudden, communism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, if you look at the history of it, communists in the beginning were, you read, not Langston Hughes, I think it was Langston Hughes. Who wrote Black Boy?
I
A Native
believe I'm
Son.
thinking now. You got it in my head. Black boy. Was it Langston Hughes? Poor little black boy.
Yeah, yeah, a Native Son. And those, I'm sorry, but I don't understand. I guess they got them then, but when I read them, I was like, wow, this is horrific. But still, the underlying thing was that when they had the good whites, they were communists. We understand your cause. The people who teamed up with the Du Bois, was it Du Bois? I'm getting confused because
Yeah.
this whole thing brings up a lot. But that was a communist thing, and then it was shut down by the commissions and everything like that. And then you had the '60s, the free love, the hippies, and
Are you
all
thinking
the
about
movements
Richard
and all
Wright?
this and this. And Richard Wright, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying when you have to we're in black households, so at some point or another we have to read those books. I don't know why. It's
Mm-hmm.
like owning the Let's Get It On album. It's got to be in every black household.
Yeah.
So, but the undercurrent is this is a cycle. This is not. It's hard for people to understand this because, especially not people who are not people who are not non-people of color, white people. I'm sorry, I didn't know why I went around about that. Because we get the cycle because we have to suffer through it.
Yeah.
My problem is that every prediction of bad, I am ultimately stunned about the people who are going, well, maybe it won't be so bad. How do
Right.
you know it's going to be bad? And then I go, have you been watching for the past 2 years?
Mm.
Well, he just picked that Bannon guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I listened to your guests, and I had trouble connecting what they were saying to how to get it across to people
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it's complicated, and that drumbeat of socialism is communism, is Marxism, is Russia, and it's firmly in people's minds.
Yeah.
I was arguing with a Latino who was telling me, well, Trump isn't going to be so bad. Because after all, the Black Lives Matter movement is being funded by George Soros. What? I even watched
You know what?
a so-called white liberal do a video to say that the Black Lives Matter movement tried to poison his wife at a Complex party. I was like, Complex on YouTube's Complex channel is a Black Lives Matter thing? How? Common was there.
I think I get what you're saying here, and I you and I normally agree, and I agree with you here. It's the simplicity of Trump's message that helped him win. One of the reasons he won. And the complexity of our message that keeps us from connecting with the people we need to connect with.
Kind of, yeah. That's just, I don't know. That's why I see it. I can see that it just doesn't hit people right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well, I mean, we got to reduce
too many people are beginning to ignore, because I'm like saying, no, y'all don't understand. This is about to be a nightmare. It's not going to be soft. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a literal. This is Lord of the Rings. Mordor is forming. This is not even a joke.
Hey,
but everyone keeps going. Well, he's got that black guy he just picked. I mean, even Ben Carson ducked out.
Ben Carson got the hell out of Dodge. He said he wasn't going to be a part of it. Umar, I got to stop it there, man. Thanks so much for the call, man.